Hello friends. We last talked about all the last step. We mostly talked about the configuration management, the Spring Cloud config server. So in the previous all the step, we lot talk about how one service is getting connected with another service to get the configuration. Okay, so we started from the limit service. We set up the limit service. Thereafter, we hard coded the configuration, and thereafter we did the configuration in application or properties file, and from there, using the annotation configuration properties, we read that configuration from application properties. Okay, but all the configuration should be should be read from the Spring Cloud config server. Then thereafter we build and set up the application of Spring Cloud config server. Okay, and we connect the Spring Cloud config server to our local Git repository. Okay, in all the configuration with the proper naming convention, we put all the configuration of all the environment into the Git repository. Okay, and we connected the Git repository with Spring Cloud config server. Okay, and we did here just only the configuration to route the request to Git repository. So we saw when the limit service configuration requests are coming from these services, it will go to the bootstrap.properties. So we rename the application.properties and make it bootstrap.properties, and in that property we given the URI of Spring Cloud config server, and this routed the request to Spring Cloud config server, and from there we are reading the configuration. So this is what we looked. If you go there, okay, and see in the limit service, when the limit service asking for the configuration, and if you go to the bootstrap.properties, earlier it was application.property, just we are giving the URI of Spring Cloud config server where it is running, and whatever the profile environment we are giving here, okay, it run and it fetch the configuration from here. Okay, and if you go there in the Spring Cloud config server, we have connected the local Git repository here. So according to the the application name of limit hyphen services, we configured all the configuration. So this was the basically naming nomenclature that we have to provide while configuring into the Git local repository for the Spring Cloud config server. So see, limit service dot property, this will be the default configuration we had seen already in the previous step. Limit service hyphen dev, this will be for the dev. So whatever the profile will be putting here, it will go and read from configuration from that file. Okay, and you saw like in application or properties, basically we are just only giving the URI of the location where your Git repository exists, right? So this was your the Git repository where it is it is placed. Okay, and we saw like this is running on a separate port because each microservices will be running on the separate port. So we had already decided, okay, limit service will run on the 8080, 801 and 8082 and 8083 port in case of multiple instances. In case of running Spring Cloud config server is running on the 8888 port. Okay, so this is how we saw in the last previous step. Okay, and it was very easy to to manage the configuration in a centralized repository. Okay, so once you've done the configuration for all the rest of the Microsoft services, it should be the cakewalk, because we just need to route the request, okay, from the bootstrap.application properties file to Spring Cloud config server, and here you just need to um, create a configuration file in the repository based upon the naming conventions. What should be the naming convention? Your application name, okay, dot properties should be the default one, application name dot properties hyphen dev hyphen qa hyphen prod, that what you can give same like this. Okay, so this is what all we saw. If you want to if you want to watch and learn again and again, you can repeat the steps, okay, what we have seen previously. Okay, and I think we have already talked a lot about the Spring Cloud Config Server. We will hold for this now. Okay, that should be enough for your knowledge and for writing the application based on Spring Cloud Config Server. But later on, when we'll talk about the load balancer and all, buses, Eureka server and all, then we'll again come to the Spring Cloud Config Server and we'll do the load balancing always. Okay, so how the request will get balanced, so that all part we'll see. But for now, we will pause here. Okay, so if you have a time, go to the next step. Thank you.